Hello, fellow tappers. It's ElloArfur here, and today I am back to introduce what I think are the top 50 animations from The Simpsons Tapped Out. And so, yeah, just before we get into it, I mean, so obviously, I don't think I've actually seen every character animation in the game, but I've seen the vast majority of them. And some of the characters have just never been able to unlock as I began playing in 2019. And I have had access to a lot of the returning content, fortunately. Um, but yeah, still a lot of the characters and costumes I haven't been able to see the animations for. But I have also done a bit of research here and there as well of the ones that the characters and costumes that I don't have. But yeah, that I am aware are extremely good. So yeah, and obviously this is down to my own personal opinion, but I'd be, very interested to hear your thoughts, and I don't mind. You might completely disagree with my choices. Um, so yeah, let's jump into it. And by the way, these aren't in ranked order, but by the end, because I've only just sort of collected them all together now, but by the end I'll be able to come to a decision, and maybe all of you, whether what your favorite animation is, or leave a comment below, and or if you think there's any I've particularly missed out. So here we go. So this is the first one, which is to worship Baal. And so this was the statue, which was, I think it was a dual deal. I don't know what update it was in because I wasn't here to play it. Um, but an extremely good animation. You've got Lisa, Marge, Homer, Bart, and Maggie, and it is quite the spectacle to see them all dancing around the statue, worshipping it. So yeah, very very cool. So the second one is Demon Mo. Very nice, yeah. And the task is relax and enjoy life. Very nice, yeah. And the fact that he's on the top of the building as well, and just the actual building itself is really really good. I think they did a really good job of that. I think that was sort of a better building, one of the better buildings from that update, to be honest, because it wasn't a great update overall, that Treehouse of Horror update, in my opinion. But there. So, on to the next one then. We have the Monkey Paw Salesman from my favourite Treehouse of Horror update that I played. And yeah, very cool. Back in 2019, that was, I believe. And the task is make a quick escape. So there we go. Also, in this video, some of these clips were kindly organised by Swizzy from the Simpsons Tap Tap Lounge Discord server. A lovely human being who's you've put a lot of the character animations together in the server. And by the way, that's only one very small part of the server. There's absolutely loads more to get involved with, and it's a great Simpsons Tap Tap community. So I would highly recommend joining the server if you want to keep up to date with everything, get help with your town, add friends. Everything's all there. And a link to the server, Discord server, is in the description box below if you're interested. So on to the next one then. Oh, okay. We've got the werewolf fight the fleas animation, not the one that I thought we had next. But yes, very cool. Really like that. With Howell Hill, of course. Very nice. And then, oh my goodness, we've missed a couple. But now we have Homer, and he is, I think the task is called A Rock and a Hard Place. And yeah, very, very nice. I think this is up there for me. This is like the top section of these animations that I've selected for sure. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Okay. So next we have Shiva and the task Run the World. which is very, very cool. It's quite the spectacle. It only lasts a couple of seconds, obviously. But I think even though, despite it only having one aspect of the task, it is very, very cool, I think. Because I've gone, for some of them, it's about the looks. Others, it's, yeah, different. And so this is Tree Hugger Lisa. And this task is chain herself to the redwood. And I just think this is really cool. Like, yeah, it's very, very cool animation. And like, I suppose what we don't have the perspective of the whole redwood tree, but it's a really nice one, I think. Really nice. Really nicely done. Anyway, so now we've got on to the next one. We've got Plopper, and he's doing whatever a spider can. That's so cool. I love Plopper and the crap silo. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant decoration and everything. Very cool. Right. On to the next one, we have Jesus Christ. And feel sad, no one remembers his birthday. So there we go. So obviously not having a good time there, but I just love even just the way he's moving around on the swing and everything. I just personally love that. That's brilliant. So there we go. Then on to the next one, we've got God with the task smite indiscriminately. I just love it. I think it's my favourite God animation, that's for sure. I mean, it was a close one because I did want to sort of choose the best of God's animations, and Appear in a Burning Bush was pretty high up there as well. Open the Floodgates of Heaven is cool because obviously you earn all the cash from it, but I prefer this, personally. There we go. Right, let's go on to the next one. Next up we have Sideshow Bob, who's going to meet his raker. I think that's fantastic. There we are. Lovely. Then, up next, we have the Rich Texan and the task Ride the Mechanical Bull. That is up there for me as well. That is a brilliant animation. I was so surprised. I remember just the shock I felt and the awe when I first experienced this animation from his quest line. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. So, next up, we've got Bumblebee Man. And the task is Adios no Miyama. I love that one. Bumblebee Man's a great character, and his other animation is also very good. But I do try to get a variety of different animations. I mean, there's hundreds of different characters in the game. Possibly, I don't know whether it goes into the thousands now. Yeah, comment down below if you are aware of whether it's hundreds or thousands of characters in the game. I imagine it wouldn't be far off if it's not in the thousands. There we are. Right, next up we have Dr. Hibbert and the task Perform Surgery. Fantastic. There it is, and it's obviously out the front in the open. And that's what I love about it the most, just the fact that yeah, it's literally just in front of the hospital, for all the public to see. It's fantastic. Oh, this could be a controversial one. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not the controversial one. There's a few missing, so I will have to cut the video towards the end and add the rest in. But this is the witch, who's making long distance curses. So obviously has a phone there. That's brilliant. Love it. Very clever. Yeah. Yeah, very, very nice. Okay. Next up, we have Jimbo with the task Hacky Sack a Frog. And I do, yeah, it was close between this and skateboard, the skateboarding Jimbo task, because I love that. I think I have a personal, I don't know, I really like it, but this is way cooler actually. Now I revisited a lot of the characters to be honest in their animations, and this one was yeah, it just beat the skateboarding to be honest, because there's a few characters that can skateboard around town, I think, so there's nothing too original anymore about that. So there we go. So next up we've got Laird Lad, who's posing like lard. Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. There. All right. Then we have Wizard Martin and Comic Book Guy, who are engaging in single combat. And I just love the fact that this is on the roof of the android's dungeon. It's very cool, and just it's quite the spectacle, really. And again, I was very surprised to see this. It's just great when you because there's not a lot of this in the game, to be honest. There's sort of the level of detail put into the animations, really. So when you get an occasional animation like this, it's brilliant, I think. Definitely a brilliant one. And you might have noticed as well that I'm a fan of the group animations as well. I think they just tend to be better because I think the developers spend a bit more time making sure that those are worthwhile, like they're good because they've got to do more work, I suppose, to make them work. So and they just tend to be better. Right. So next up we have Todd and the Eat Sugar task. I just love it. It's so simple. There's not really a lot to it, and I know this was obviously added well when Todd was released into the game, which is well, it's probably right in the beginning, I suppose. But yeah, honestly, just a brilliant task. I love it. Just the way his eyes go round and round. It's fantastic. I know that could be a controversial one. I don't know if it actually should be in the top 50, but there we are. So, oh, next up, I was not expecting this, but this is supposed to be in the top 50. And this is Ice Cream Man Homer, who seems to be fighting off the children. I haven't got the task because I actually erased it off the list because I thought he would be coming later, but obviously not. But this is a brilliant task. I love it. Just the pure chaos, and it's very realistic, very well done. Love it. It's absolutely brilliant. So there we go. So, okay, this one is to check if Homer is a witch. And now, for some reason, it didn't actually download as an animation. So I can't show you that one today, but I've got another one to replace it with. So that I mean that would have been in the top 50, but because basically I've lost it in my inventory and cannot find it again. So I don't really know what happened, but it's very unfortunate. Anyway, so there we go. So then that is Prairie Maggie. That'll be later. Okay, another surprise. We have Baseball Jasper, who's catching an imaginary fly ball. And I just love the fact that his hat falls off when he's caught it. Brilliant. So there we go. Right, and so this one, oh, this is no, this is the next one. Itchy and Scratchy and the task Fight, Fight, Fight. And honestly, I remember this was a pivotal moment for me when I was playing Tapped Out. Well, I mean, I got Scratchy obviously from the Yearbook mystery box, and I was very, very excited to get Scratchy when I was first playing in the game, my first time round and my first town. But obviously, I was very much aware of the task where they could fight together. And obviously, this isn't like an absolutely outstanding animation, I wouldn't say, but it is very good. And the way that the set is sort of the animation and everything, it's very impressive, I think. Um, yeah, and I suppose it is really rare to have Itchy. I mean, they did return Itchy for free, I think, when the game was down for quite some time. I think that was maybe a year ago. But other than that, if you weren't playing the Itchy and Scratchy update, and I think you could have also gotten him a couple of times in the Shattered Dreams mystery box, and maybe again in the future. But yeah, honestly, I was so excited when I was finally able to do this task of them together. And yeah, and honestly, I was waiting years to get him, so that was real great moment for me. Yes. All right, next one. We've got Mr. Burns and the task, read from the Necromonicon. And this was, yeah, another great surprise, I think, for me. Just because it was otherwise, I think I got it from the Halloween mystery box, Treasure Horror mystery box. And then I just found it on Mr. Burns's task. I wasn't even aware that the building actually came with animation at the time. And anyway, I just saw it all do this. The gargoyle's eyes are lit up, and yeah, obviously him doing that, which was super cool. Yes. All right. So next up we have Jasper and the task: take the wrong medication, take the incorrect medication. And just to mention that once he's taken the pill, it obviously stays like that. And I mean that makes sense. But yeah, I didn't realize at the time that's the key part of that animation is just the quick transition. I love it. I love it. So next up we have the Iron Lung and the Rambler and the animation to play cards. Very serious. And then the Iron Lung cheats and he does it again and he notices, I think. Oh no, he didn't notice. That's the funny bit. But yeah, I love that. I love it, really. That's great. And they were obviously very exclusive as well. They were released in the second superheroes update, I believe. But they also did return. That's why I've got them on this town. I think for 60 donuts each or something crazy. So that was brilliant. Can't remember when, but I think it was maybe a couple of years back now. But yes. So on to the next one then. Here we go. Hans Moorman and provide security task. Another controversial one because Hans Moorman has some great animations. But this sort of came out on top for me. I thought this was brilliant. And I mean, I'd have to play it again. Just because it's brilliant. Just the fact that when he turns his head, it's just funny. It just makes you want to laugh. Well, it does to me anyway. I don't know about all of you, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. Love that. There we go. So then, oh, Amenhotep and the task: hold possessions. I love that. Just the fact that just the way the character interacts with the building and everything, I just find very satisfying personally. So yeah, I was very excited about that as well after I got the character because I actually wanted Nosferatu the most and the Cursed Ship and had to wait for it for many years and finally got him in the end. But I'm so glad I got Amenhotep to be honest because that animation was brilliant and I think a really good animation like that makes a premium purchase really worthwhile and you just feel really satisfied. So yeah, I was over the moon. Anyway, up next we have Hank Scorpio. Oh, and it's not interrogate Mr. Bond. That was what it was going to be, but I decided in the end that it was this one over it. Take a fun run, which is awesome because look at his face, just a permanent smile, and he just runs around. I love it. I do love it. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Very funny. Yeah, great. So Next up, we have Dr. Hot Dog and the task walk the dog. Yeah, I really like this one. Very good. That was a great update. I did thoroughly enjoy that update. And Sergeant Sausage as well. Had some brilliant animations, but I don't think quite made it to the top 50, to be perfectly honest. No. Right. So, up next. No, not that. We've got Krusty and Mrs. Teeny, I've written here, but it's obviously Mr. Teeny, and he's walking Mr. Teeny. Obviously a classic task, and you're probably all wondering, oh, we've seen this task so many times. But despite that fact, and I still feel that a bit, it is a brilliant task, and Krusty and Mr. Teeny together, and he walks him. It's so cool, the fact that he walks his monkey around the town, I think. Right, so up next, we have Otto and the task work on the bus, which I just love it. It's just satisfying, really, to watch. And yeah, very, very cool. On to the next one. Oh, Moe's Express Lemonade. That is not written down here. Interesting. But they're all Baby Home is drinking lemonade. Baby Barney's keeping the tab rolling, and Baby Mo is just serving at the bar, I think. And so now I'm gutted to say that I do not have access to the Moe's Express original. Do not have access to the original building, so otherwise that would have been on here as well. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I think the Moe's Express Lemonade was very, very cool as well. Very nice that they did that. I think I was particularly pleased. There we go. And so here we go. This is the one I thought we had next. We've got Disco Stu, who's roller boogieing around town. I love it. And at that moment when I got Disco Stu as well, I just remember I was so much younger. Brings back memories. And Disco Stu was one of the first Yearbook Mystery Box characters I unlocked. And just seeing him zoom around the town, I was so excited. Yeah, that was wow. Brilliant. There we go. And so next up, we have Minster and God the Sacred Temple. And this is just insane. Like, wow. And you obviously had Minster and the Bermuda Triangle layer. So you've got the little whirlpool you can see on the left there as well. It's part of the bundle. And obviously, I would highly recommend getting this if Minster returns again. Just the shrinking and everything. Oh, brilliant, brilliant animation. One of the best. I think that's very up there as well. Maybe in the top 5. So next up, we have Larry and Sam, who are sharing a drink, which is fantastic. And yeah, that's the odd thing because I think I may have had Moe's Express, but then I put it in storage or something. But then Larry and Sam are still out, and there was no animated task to send them to the Moe's Express. So I'm really not sure what's happened there. Anyway, we won't dwell on it. Next up, we've got the Blinky Monster and the task Wait for Prey. Yeah, this is very cool as well. Just sits in the water, out of sight. Fantastic. So next up, we have the Duff Knight and Prepare to Joust. I remember this was just brilliant as well. I remember the first time seeing that. That was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, brilliant. All right, on to the next one. Here we go. Got Cthulhu and the task Dream of Annihilating All Life. Just fantastic, and by the statue as well. It's very cool. But yeah, it's just so like I love the way even the characters like moving when he's sleeping. And then the thought bubble's very cool. I love it. And you've got the impact of the statue there as well as part of the task, which I think is really clever. So yeah. So next up we have Nikki McKenna on the task Shred. And I mean, I think this is not like, it's very good, but quite literally all it is her just zooming around this thing. But it's quite nice to see. Like I think some tasks are just really fitting well with the town, and like you want to see the space occupied by the Simpsons, I suppose. So by the characters, and I think that's the reason why I put it up as one of the top ones. Not because like I could spend ages looking at it, but it looks nice. There's different reasons, I suppose, why I've got these high up, as high up as they are. And so we've got Elfbot and Lisa who are spreading holiday cheer. I think that was really cool. Like I was so surprised to see confetti come out of the thing. I genuinely thought that it would be Lisa, something like a saxophone broke or something like that. But no, it was actually spreading holiday cheer in the end. I think that was very cool. So on to the next one. We've got the snow globe, which is insane, I think. I think, to be honest, this is my favourite. This is my very favourite animation, just because you've got all these characters in one place, and none of them are really dominating the scene. They're all like part of the spectacle in a way. Not one of them doesn't really stand out any more than the others, and I think that's really really nice. And I put that above the worship Baal as well because they're just so different. They've got different roles, sort of as part of it. I just think it's brilliant. And you even got Santa's little helper there, and all the detail that's put into this task is amazing. So yeah, I think for me, this is my very favourite task in the game, for sure. Yeah, fantastic. And even Jasper as well. It's just so cool. All the characters are just brilliant there. Fantastic. There we go. And let me know down below, what is your favourite animated task? I'd love to hear. But yeah, next up we've got Prairie Maggie and the fly free task, because obviously we had a little bit of a spoiler earlier on. So here is the actual task. I think that was just a real surprise as well, just to see little Maggie flying around on a bird who's able to sort of bear her weight. It's fantastic. On an eagle. And the eagle as well just looks so innocent as well. It's not like the eagle's just there giving her a lift, nothing else to it. I love it. It's so simple but so funny. So there we go. So next up we have not that. We've got the Games Master who's cleaning grubby fingerprints. Another controversial one, I think. But I think this is really cool because it is part of the dialogue as well. I remember this. It was my first update that I actually uploaded on YouTube for. And so seeing the cleaning, I suppose, yeah, it was brilliant. And it obviously is quite funny because obviously the Games Master was a great villain, and he's here seen just cleaning up the grubby fingerprints. So big fan of that one. Right, next up we have Hugs Bunny, and he's battling Homer. So here we go. Yeah. Again, at the town hall, it's a real spectacle, I think, to see that in the game. Yeah, it's just brilliant just to see that. Fantastic. Right, next up, we have Chief Wiggum and the task Fire the Tank. I love this one. Absolutely brilliant. Just goes randomly off. Wiggum's not in control. Very typical of him and the police department in general. The working culture there. Not in control at all. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So next up, we have Weird Al, who is got the task Parody himself. So here we go. Oh, it could be this one. Possible. who's got the hat on there. And we obviously didn't quite see him, and that one didn't come up, seeing as oh, we got the guitar. Yeah, it's brilliant. I love this one. And I didn't have Weird Al myself, but I was very much of Weird Al as a very exclusive character in the game, who I don't think has returned ever. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if you think differently, but I really don't think he has. I think very exclusive character. For sure. So next up then, we've got Evil Godmother Burns and Cast Protection Hexes. And I will look at it. I mean, again, it's a spectacle in the town, but it's not outstanding, but it is very good still. And that was it was very cool to see, but it's nothing that will sort of make you think twice or look twice, really, to be honest. So yeah, mixed feelings about that, but I think it still just about makes it into the top 50 for sure. So next up then, we've got Huge Ass and the task, take a contemplative dip. Oh, and yeah, the thumbs up is in the middle of his face there. Bit of a shame. But yeah, really, really like that, and I love the Jill deal at the time as well, and just the fact that he just ends up falling in and then just lies there, contemplating life is brilliant. Yeah, I think that was possibly that is one of my favourite Jill deals. I think top three Jill deal that was for me. Okay, and so that is going to leave us with one final animation for today then, which is not Lugash. It's Frankenstein and the task use power tools. So here we go, let's see this. Love this. Fantastic. So unpredictable as well and so different and clever. This one. Yeah. So that is it, everybody. Yeah, I really, really hope you enjoyed the video and let me know your thoughts. You may have some very different ideas about what makes a good character animation, so I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. And feel free to criticize me as much as you want because I know this is a very personal aspect of reviewing the game. So yeah, feel free to share. And yeah, I suppose as part of that, I will obviously be doing more of these sorts of videos during the time that I'm off for the summer because I've got the time to do it. Yeah, so yeah, that is. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoyed the different style of videos. But it would be great as part of that if you want to stay tuned with sort of participating, and maybe I might do it in a video even on what you sort of say are the best animations in the game and stuff like that. So leave a comment, either share your thoughts or join the Discord server. And there's a channel called Reviewing Simpsons Tapped Out, and in there you can share your thoughts whenever I've sort of announced that I'll be doing another reviewing video. But yeah, it'd be great to have all your thoughts and to have the public's voice on this as well, because I don't want it just to be all of my opinions dictating, what's covered here. So yeah, do feel free to join the Discord server below if you want to share your thoughts or share a comment, whatever works for you. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, everybody, and I'll see you soon for more content. Goodbye.